come to mind first, beef rendang, nasi goreng. I was born in Seoul, Korea. I have great respect for BTS. Hello, saya Sang Kim, Duta Besar Amerika untuk Indonesia. Please come in.
You've been appointed ambassador to Indonesia for a year. How do you like it so far?
I love it. It's an amazing privilege to be serving as the United States ambassador to Indonesia. This is a fascinating country, and I'm really enjoying myself so far. And I think I'm going to enjoy it even more as things open up and I can travel outside of Jakarta more.
Do you find anything surprising the first time you arrived here?
I had been told that Jakarta traffic was just really bad, but of course during the pandemic period, it wasn't so manageable. Wasn't so bad, so I was a little bit surprised by that.
You greeted us with great Bahasa Indonesia. What other Indonesian words that you have learned so far?
Okay, in my advanced stage, it's really hard to learn a new language, but I have learned some important phrases like terima kasih, selamat pagi, selamat siang, selamat sore. But I hope to learn more phrases as I stay longer in Indonesia. Please come in.
Mr. Ambassador, where were you born?
I was born in Seoul, Korea.
And when did you move to the States?
So I left Korea when I was about 10 years old, and then I moved to the States when I was 13. So when we first left Korea, we moved to Japan for a couple of years, and then to the US when I was 13 years old.
In what city?
Los Angeles.
What do you find similar about Jakarta and Los Angeles?
Well, they're both two great big cities, fascinating history and culture, great restaurants in both places. So I'm very fond of both Jakarta and Los Angeles.
Do you have pets, Mr. Ambassador?
Yeah, I have two dogs, actually. Very cute dogs, cute but naughty dogs.
What are their names?
Toby and Kuma.
What is your favorite Indonesian food?
Oh, that's a tough one because I've really become a huge fan of Indonesian cuisine. So it's hard to narrow it down to one, but sort of the obvious ones come to mind first. Beef rendang, nasi goreng, chicken satay. I love all of those dishes.
Oh, great. I come from a place where rendang come from.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, in West Sumatra.
Well, you're a lucky man.
Mr. Ambassador, we call you Mr. Ambassador, but what does an ambassador do?
So that's a great question, and it's actually not an easy question. It's just a tremendous privilege to be representing your country, not just your government, but the people, American people. Much of my work involves meeting with and interacting with senior Indonesian government officials and leaders and politicians. Probably the most enjoyable part of the job is to be able to meet with Indonesian friends in different settings, for cultural affairs as well as educational affairs. Also, it's a tremendous privilege of being the ambassadors. You get to host some very important people. For example, this is when I was serving as ambassador to Korea and President Obama visited. So this picture was actually taken on the president's helicopter, and I'm briefing him about developments in US-Korea relations at the time. So many exciting aspects to the job.
You are appointed in the middle of pandemic. So did you have to work from home like many of us?
Yeah, I did. I did go into the office on a regular basis, but because a lot of what we did was virtual anyway, so I was able to do quite a bit of that at home.
Is it more difficult to work from home?
It's limiting, obviously. I think most of us have learned to adjust, so we've become quite productive in working from home. But there is no substitute for in-person diplomacy, so I really miss that, and I'm actually glad that things are opening up more so I can have more in-person events and meetings.
Mr. Ambassador, what is your hobby?
For exercise, I play tennis, but the hobby that I really want to talk about is not my hobby, but it was my father's hobby. I had a passion for photography, and so he collected a number of cameras over the years, and when he passed away, I inherited his cameras, and these are a couple of them, Nikon. And this is a wonderful camera, Rolleiflex. What's so special is I have this picture of my father taking photographs when he was in the military, this many, many decades ago. And you can see it's the same camera that he's holding right there, obviously in the rain, so his assistant had to hold an umbrella. I'm sure the assistant is not happy that my father is taking photographs in the rain. Wonderful memory to keep.
Mr. Ambassador, do you like K-pop?
I do, actually. I'm not as knowledgeable as I should be about K-pop, but I think it's really great stuff, great entertainment.
What is your favorite group?
Well, I think like everybody else, I have great respect for BTS. They've done amazing things. But I understand Blackpink is also very good.
I'm a big fan of BTS too. Can you do some move?
Oh no, I better not.
Blackpink in your area.
Last question, Mr. Ambassador. What can the people of Indonesia expect from Indonesia-America relationship?
Oh, I think they can expect that we will continue to grow, expand, and deepen in terms of our security ties, our economic relationship, both trade and investment, our cultural ties. There's so much more we can do together. And of course, our cooperation on the most important global challenges, most urgent challenges like dealing with the climate and the pandemic.
Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Ambassador.
Thank you very much. Good to be with you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.